Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? I've got the holiday hat on, so you think I'm giving out gifts. But today, we're going to be the Grinch, because we're going to play some Ugin. And yeah, some people aren't going to like it, but the deck's going to be fun. So let's start at the top with some Glimpse the Core. This whole deck is just going to be about ramping up, getting the mana as fast as we can. We do have some shared roots as well. Notice, alongside the Iron Crag, that gives us 10 things that cost 2 mana to help us set up the rest of the deck. We do have some Ancient Cornucopia, mostly for ramp action, but will get us probably 2 or 3 life during the course of the game, if not a little bit more. We do have Map the Frontier. Let's go get 2 lands, which is really important, alongside Hedron Archive. So we have a lot of stuff that just pushes the ramp up. So we can play stuff like Faultborn Tyrant, because it gets us cards, gives us a big trampler, gives us a repeatable blocker if necessary. We do get Sire of the Seven Deaths, which is just hard to deal with, and gives us life and a bunch of other bonuses. Of course, Ugin, Eye of the Storm, which is just good, obviously, but we are playing enough colorless things that we can trigger this. But alongside that, we do have Extinguisher Battleship, so if we're ramping up already, we could destroy something with this, and then get rid of all the small stuff, which is also pretty good. And then in our lands, we get a variety of things. We get to play Bossing Say, so we can just play the long game and turn lands into creatures. We do also get Xanarcan, which can actually give us just one big body if we've already searched out a bunch of land. We have Adventures in to gain some life, and Fountain Port that we can just, if we need to, make some blockers and buy a little bit of time. So yeah, this should be pretty fun and effective and straightforward. But before all that, if you want to save yourself some money on Magic, you know what you got to do. Go over to Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. Use my code DRAGON. It's DRAGN. It'll save you 5% on literally everything you buy. But let's go hop into some games. Actually, it's the time of the week where we got to give away a prize first. So if you are pinch hit hero, you need to hop into our Discord, link in the description, send me a message, and we will get a prize pack out to you. And to the rest of you, if you want to be eligible for a prize, remember to leave a comment, a relevant comment, on every video that we post, because we pick a video from the last week, and we pick a random winner, and I send something to you on my dime. It's that simple. But anyway, let's get back into playing some Magic. All right, let's keep it. But yeah, I have to say, I think the control decks are going to be our toughest matchup in general with this, which is why these Fountain Ports and the Bossing Says are so important. So you can just keep making dudes and at least apply pressure somehow while you're trying to play some of your bigger stuff. Okay, we're kind of on track at the moment. I guess we just go with this and then hope to draw a land. Interesting. They did not destroy. If I do this first, is this any better? And then, nah, not really. All right. And we have lots of mana. Like that much is true. Just a random nowhere to run. Do you just need to bounce something? Oh. Okay. Sure. I guess. So we get to play Extinguisher Battleship to destroy a Greed's Gambit. Yeah, I'm going to say something here, and people are going to hate hearing me say this, because I love playing weird decks. But these decks never have worked out for me. Like, they just seem like they always backfire. And they lose a life. And they have to sacrifice creatures that they don't have, obviously. They discarded cards. We have so much mana, too. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they're going to try it again, and we're going to destroy it again. This is kind of the problem, even if it's not Ugin. Like, if I was just playing some aggressive deck that just had removal spells for artifacts or enchantments or whatever, it'd be kind of the same situation. Yep, just get rid of that. Pass. Oh, it's a draw. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, opponent just saying GG. They've spent their load. All right. Yeah, and I think people wanted this deck to be good with like Iroh and everything else. And it might be playable, but this is the real card. Like, you have to hit your Pyroclasm type effects against some of the more aggressive decks. If you do, you have a shot. But against anything else that has answers for the enchantments, it's pretty rough. Okay, this looks all right. Do. Insidious Fungus. Oh, that card's going to be so good against us. I love when mediocre to bad cards I've actually played like show up to crush us. That feels just so poetic for some reason. Can I at least draw like Cornucopia here so I can Cornucopia plus Roots? Nah, no luck. All right, we'll do this and see if they want to crack their fungus. They probably will. I would. Yeah, exactly. Like, why not? The mana you're preventing is worth way more than that one extra point from the attack was going to be. Especially if they plan on using all 3 mana this turn. Which it looks like they might. Nope. Did you leave mana up just to counter something? Apparently not. Okay. Then they didn't have a play after all. Huh, weird. I would have bet something was going to happen on that turn cycle from the opponent. The fact that there was nothing is quite surprising. All right, so what if I tap... I mean, do I just go for this? I'm going to wait a second, because they might have, like, a creature counter. Let's turn one of these into a thing. And then we'll go ahead and play this. All right, so there's nothing that counters non-creature spells. At least at the moment. Maybe I should... I'm just going to run Sire 7th out next turn, then. Because if they're not doing anything, like, there's no need for us to just sit here. The hell? Ruinous Waterbending. Okay. Hey, it's a magic card, you know? It's kind of the most I can say about it. Well, you won't Ruinous Waterbend this thing. What even is this deck? I'm here for it, though. I love when people just bring crazy new piles to fight. There's nothing even... You're gonna copy that? Sure, I guess. Like, I don't even... I guess we do this just so I can hold the Hedron Archive. I have no idea right now. This just feels like I'm just wasting cards. Is there anything good here to get rid of? I guess this. All right. Opponent gives up. Yeah, this was crazy. When Cavero showed up, I had no idea what was happening. I don't know. Yeah, I'd be really curious to see what the rest of that deck was. All right, let's try it. We're doing a good job drawing like shared roots and stuff early, which you really want. Ooh, okay. We're going to be putting some of this to the test, I suppose. We may not be fast enough. If, we're going to need to draw an additional land. Because we can get the Hedron Archive down, but that's only 6. Actually, we're not going to get to the battleship fast enough, I don't think. Okay. Depends. I guess they could... I'm just thinking about if they play Ouroboros next turn. What do we do? Because we only have 7 mana. We need 8. Unless we draw Ugin, obviously. We would just use Ugin to get rid of the thing. Okay, that's not as bad as turn as that could have been. We still gonna be a rough one, but reasonable. We're probably gonna have to kill that now, though, so we can blow up everything else. Oh, no, and then that guy's on deck? Ugh. Okay. Now we have to think about this. We're gonna lose Hedron Archive, so we could just make sure we have 4 or 5. We could have 7 and then could play Sire 7 Death next turn. Or we could play this and then just force them to have something. Yeah, I think we go here. Like, we're going to lose Hedron Archive most likely, and they're going to let us draw a card. But maybe that card is Ugin or something. Nope, there's an Ouroboros. Ooh, can we top deck a land? If we can, we're in business. Maybe. If not, this is going to hurt a whole lot. We did not top deck a land. That is unfortunate. Don't know if we have a winning combination now. We just bricked a bit too hard. Because now the creatures are just going to be so big. I think our only out is going to be to draw an Ugin. Oh, man. What are we supposed to do? God, why could we not have drawn a land there? That's just brutal. Yeah, I don't know what we do from here. I guess we could back-to-back battleships, but that wouldn't be enough. Oh, another Ouroboros? All right, GG's. Like, we didn't get any of our removal. They deserve to win that. Though, had we drawn an untapped land on that turn, then we could have got rid of the Ouroboros, and it would have wiped out everything but the Sentinel. And then if we just have to deal with a second Ouroboros and the remaining Sentinel, I think we could have been okay. But no luck. Didn't get Ugins, didn't get our mana on time to play the Extinguisher. Like, that's just what's supposed to happen. Yeah, we'll try it. I mean, we have all the ramp. We got to hit some of our hitters, or else this is not going to really go anywhere. Okay, gain some life. Go find a land. Red-green land, huh? Be curious what that means. I think there's also an interesting thing here on should we be ramping with the archive or just like thinning the deck down with... I think given the choice, it's best to just thin the deck down, because then if we find an Ugin, we can use the archive to get rid of something. Not sure. I guess this is just one of the aggro-y piles. Yeah, that makes sense. And they're putting away a demonic ruckus. Ooh, okay. Ugin, if you were going to show up, now would be a great time, bro. Because we might only have 2 more turns. Well, there goes a giant growth at least. Okay, well that helps a little bit. Buy us a little more time. And then we'll just strip the deck down entirely. Go get all these lands out. All right. Now it's just, can we find any of our big cards? Battleship is awesome here. Ugin, awesome here. I mean, hell, even the Sire 7 Death gets us life, blocks effectively. Vaultborn Tyrant's still okay, because we get 3 cards and a life here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we might actually just have to crack Archive if we just don't find what we're looking for. Wild Ride. Yeah, they're going for it. Double strike it somehow. I mean, they might be able to discard something and then give it double strike. That put us right on the cusp of death. Yep. Oh, but that's an instant in your yard. You already have an instant. Yeah. All right. Well, we got to find something. I mean, we played a ton of ramp over the first 3 turns. All right. Opponent does not use anything, which makes me wonder. Oh, that doesn't help. All right. Got to crack this, I guess. Ooh, we have just enough mana for this. Okay. Target this. Oh, non-creature permanent. Dang it. Well, we'll just get rid of their blue mana, I guess. All right, we are only at 13. And this guy has both Trample and Menace. So we could still die very easily here. Ugin, where you at, brother? All right, we're at 3. Sire 7 deaths. You are too late. Darn it. Actually, not entirely. Because we could also make a creature to block with. So let's pass. It's not ideal, mind you, but we're not dead. And that counts for something. Gonna wild ride here. Just pay the full price. The iron price, if you will. Okay, they are. Okay. Then we make a fish. Go down to 2. Block up. Hell yeah, we're still in it, y'all. We're still alive. We're doing the thing. Okay, let's go find a land. That was crazy. All right, now the opponent's facing lethal. Good old Patchwork Beastie. Sure. Fear of missing out. So you get a free card here. Don't be surprised. I'm going to make another 1/1 here. Being at 15 life. Since the opponent has to block with at least one of those. Yeah, sure. I guess if they block, they get to draw a card. That counts for something. Wow. You don't say. All right. Yeah, opponent says GG's. Fair enough. That was really close. Very close. I feel like we got a little bit... We got both a little unlucky and a little lucky, but it all worked out in the end. Is this the first time we drew Iron Crag in this video? That's interesting. So if we turn to Glimpse the Core... and then have 4 mana. Well, let's see what we draw. Could determine the order we want to play things. Oh, I see you too are a player of taste. I was going to say, are you also doing Ugin things? Like, this is going to be weird because our Ugin's not going to really do much in this fight. I wouldn't imagine. Because this feels like it's just straight up... Oh, you have a duress, don't you? Dang it. All right. Well, there goes Ugin, obviously. And we drew that, which sucks. All right. Well, and we don't have any of our creature... I guess technically we have Fountain Port, but we'd rather have a Bossing Say here, all things considered. So I guess we do the thing. Just know it gets countered. or they take 7. I'm fine either. I guess I say that. They could just as well have deep cover up or whatever the thing is. No. All right, I will attempt to attack first. How do you feel about this? Gonna Aetherize. Sure. Counter now? Nope. They're just gonna Aetherize. That's their game plan. All right. I guess now if they have Deadly Cover Up, they can now remove stuff from the graveyard to get rid of the Sire forever, which is good for them. Yeah, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to Deadly Cover Up. We'll get an additional card because we have one in hand already, which is awesome. But like I said, this is a matchup we shouldn't win. Unless we get our creature lands, which would be great if we found them. But, well, that kind of is one. We need 6 for that. Can I do this and still have 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. I will. No, I'll have 5. Dang it. I guess we still do it. And then just play a land. Wait, did they not take the... They just exiled Ugin and left us the Sires. Okay. I guess that makes sense. If they just figure they don't have as many answers to Ugin. For some reason, I just realized we still had the Sire in our hand. I think in my head, I was just like, well, obviously they're going to get rid of this. Like, and they didn't. So my brain short-circuited for a second. Land to set up another Aetherize. Nope, they're going to stock up here. So what's our plan, right? Like, we have to assume they have another Deadly Cover-Up, and they know we're holding the Sire of 7 Deaths. So are we better off just holding the Sire? Oh, getting a Vaultborn Tyrant's nice, though. I was going to say just holding the Sire so we get another card. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. And I need more than that if I want to do multiple things here. If I do this, that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also not the right number. All right. Gonna bounce it? Sure. Untap land, please. Hey, that'll work. And it's a Ba Sing Se. Excellent. All right. So now if they sweep the board, we at least get a 6/6 back. Yeah. All right. I mean, they could bounce this too. Obviously, they have some type of bounce spell or something here. You know what? With our hand being... I actually don't want to overcommit to Ba Sing Se here, because I might just want to play a Sire 7 Deaths. Alright, well... I'm assuming they have the bounce spell. Oh, I assumed incorrectly. Holy smokes. Alright, well... If we get milled out, we get milled out. Put it on this, I guess. I mean, I assume we'll get the board swept, but I gotta try anyway. Alright, cool. GG's. In that matchup, I think had we gotten our Ba Sing Se's earlier, we probably could have won that and just been applying pressure, but we didn't, so we lose. This feels like an absolute crazy gamble, so we're going to do it. No way this goes the way we want it to, but, you know, why not try? All right. We knew we were going to be... I was hoping to draw a land over our first couple turns. We look like we failed in that regard. Okay, we got that. Let's go ahead and do this, just in case they have a way to remove an artifact. Interesting. Well, if we get to 8 mana, which feels like we can fairly well here, we can get rid of the Overlord and their little 1/1s. Or 2/1s, I should say, not 1/1s. We could also consider getting rid of a land from them, which is pretty big in this fight, actually. That's something I have to consider, because they missed a land drop there. And this is still 2 turns away. I think I will, since we also have Ugin. So let's get rid of a Plains. And then just put them behind the 8-ball a little bit here. Just kind of in a, like, hey, you need to find something type situation. Get rid of that. Go digging for a card. Yeah, not much else we can do here. I think we'll call that good. Why do I feel like they're probably trying to play an Ugin of their own? That's what this feels like. Alright, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana if we want it. We could do this and this to just get rid of another land, but that seems silly. Let's just draw a card, play a Sire 7 Deaths. Submit 0. Play that. Gain some life. Go ahead and juice up this. Get in there for 10. And they can sweep the board here. We're okay with that. Like, obviously they have the cards to do so. Yep. We knew what was coming. The whole time. And we will just take our time to rebuild here. Sure, you got it. I could minus this also, I'm aware, but gonna wait to do that until the opponent's out of sweepers, removals, whatever. Because you don't want to just get everything into play and then have everything get hit by another Ultima. You know, that'd be silly. Yep, let's go ahead and play this. Play this. Yeah, opponent's just giving up. I guess the flip side to the blue-based control decks is that these decks that are just playing tons of creature removal can't really beat you well because they have to 1-for-1 all the removal, right? Because every one of our things is like 6, 7, 10 power, and then they still have to worry about Ugin. So at some point, their cards just don't do much, and you can win those fairly easily. Oh no, this is abysmal. Mulligan that. This is a lot better. Let's keep this. Only because we have multiple fetch cards here. I think we're just going to stick with this. Oh, Healer's Hawk. Boy, you know what we'd love to find? One of those ever so wonderful battleships. Because a battleship being able to wreck their whole board would be great. However, yeah, exactly. We're only going to have a couple of turns to be able to do that. Then we're going to get into a weird situation where we're going to have to, like, Ugin into something, and that's just not going to feel great. Alright. I mean, an Ugin right now would be kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. Like, Ugin would be legit. But I was gonna say an extinguisher battleship though wouldn't have been bad. So I feel like they could have a shelter here. But if so, we'd rather them get this first. And we get a card off of it. Okay, there's a battleship. And it'll be right on time, actually. Because if they shelter here, these each go up 1. No, they'll go up twice. Because they're going to... Oh, that sucks. They're going to be just out of range. So what's our play here? I mean, I guess... Well, there's Ugin. I was just thinking we could destroy this, but that takes too much mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only have exactly 8. So I could get rid of this. Get back that. We go to 14. But then again, if they have another sweeper or something, we just die. Man, that... Ugh. Ugh. We're just barely off. I'm trying to think if there's any way this benefits us otherwise. Not really. Yep. Okay, well, we'll do the one thing we can do. I mean, if they have the answer, they have the answer. Just gotta respect it. Oh, I should have waited to play a land. Oh, that's bad. I could have got another couple of life. That could have been all the difference here. Oh, no. If they had another shelter, we're going to die anyway, right? 13, 14. Yeah. Dang, that's tough. Okay. Get lost is rough. Not going to lie. It's rough, but not the end of the world. No, now we don't have a good block. Unless you just want to block. Oh, we don't have a choice. We have to block the 8, right? No. 15, 16. So we can still block this for a turn. Okay. Then we get 3 life and a card to get to replace it. This is a crazy way to try to stay in this game. That does not help us. We can get rid of the Healer's Hawks, though, here. So can I get to a world where I can just save enough life, is the question. So we can play this. So that's a guaranteed 2 life. So we're at 6. We can make a... What is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which could block technically effectively the... Oh, wait. We have first strike on this, though. Man, I'm sorry, opponent. I'm having to think about a lot of things here. We could also just make a 1/1. And then have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left. That doesn't do anything. If they get this back, we don't really care. Because it's only creatures, right? So I guess we have to get Sire of 7 Deaths here. I think. Because that gets us 3 life. And we could block something. And then these are on the ground. So if we can buy enough time to survive those, which we block this, gain 7, block the 10. I think we can pull this off. I mean, I'd love to just have another Vaultborn Tyrant, obviously, but that's not a thing. Glimpse the cord. Don't need you. All right. No attacks. Need it to not be a shelter and not be a get lost. All right. Annoying, but fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's... This is like tough, but fair, you know? Interesting that they didn't attack with their 1/1s. That's a very smart move from the opponent. So we need to just double block Aerith. And then let them decide what to kill here. Alright. Works for us. All right. Now they can crack that and replay the Aerith if they want. And we're kind of okay with that. Yeah. All right, so now the enchantment's also gone. We don't have that in our concerns anymore. Okay, so we can get 3 life. And then we can 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get a 9/9. Which gets us 3 more life. Actually, no, it gets us 1 life. I think it's all right. So we can do this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana still left. If we go 1, 2, 3, that leaves us 4, 5, 6, and then we get 2 more life off of that. Oh man, feel like we're just living on the edge here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all right. I guess it doesn't matter. We're only going to get 1 life off each of these. Then we go here. Did we not gain life? What? Why did we wait? We should have gained life off that, right? Oh no. Oh no. I genuinely thought we were gaining life off of that. That's terrible for us. Oh no. Actually, I made a bigger mistake, honestly. All that being said, I should have just gambled on just playing this, wipe out everything, and then force them to top deck to deal with our 6/6 or whatever. Like, that's what I should have done. Now I'm kind of in a worse situation. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. This is 15. For anybody keeping track of the math. All right, we do get 6 life here. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once we play a land, we can bossing say something. We can. Oh, I'm just trying to think of what all of our choices are here. Yeah, let's bossing say this thing. I think that's what we want. And then I'll just thin the deck out from here. Pass the turn. Yeah, this is where, like, they get to start gaining a bunch of life, and we just have to play the long game here. But it's still mostly fine. Because we're going to be chump blocking with the thing we're just going to get back. They gain a bunch of life. We get more cards. So nothing really happened on this turn of any consequence. And then now we can wipe out everything. Have a couple of blockers. Though I could have gambled and done the battleship a couple turns ago, but I think it's going to work out okay for us here. So here's what we do. We go ahead and do this. Offing a land. Getting rid of all the life gainers. Then we go here, gaining 6, getting 2 cards. Alright. Then we'll play another land. Probably do this. Actually, hold on. That just needs 5. I'm trying to think how I want to block. I have a bunch of life right now. So yeah, let's just put that on here. Oh, there's Ugin. Fantastic. We're all set now. All set. Here we go. Yep, don't even care about that guy. We literally have enough to take over the game from here, so I think we're good. We just block here, block here. Actually, I don't even know if I care to do that. I'll just block here. Take 16. We're fine. Opponent can gain however much life they want. We don't care. Alright. So then we Ugin. And then whatever they move the counters to, we'll just get rid of that. Oh, they don't, because we exile it. They don't even get to do that. What am I talking about? Then off that. Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, I think not playing that battle cruiser or battleship a couple turns sooner was a mistake. However, because we were able to hold on to the Vaultborn Tyrant, once you get multiples and whatever, then it kind of made it to where we weren't in any trouble. So, got out of trouble anyway, but that was pretty crazy considering the opponent's start and they got rid of an early Ugin with a get lost. Can't complain about that too much. Yeah, if anything about this deck, I would say you probably would like to have one or two earlier pieces of removal of some kind. If there was a way you can remove something with land or with an artifact that maybe costs 3, or 4, that could be kind of good. And you could maybe cut one of either the Glimpse of the Core, or maybe even 2 of either the Glimpse of the Core or Shared Roots, I think would be possible. But realistically, the only, I won't even say unwinnable, but extremely difficult matchups that you have is going to be the mono blue or the blue based counter decks, right? Like the control stuff there. But otherwise, we do have creature lands that can get stuff done. We saw that, right? We got to use the Xanarcan a couple times, saw that do a thing. So yeah, all this stuff did what it was supposed to do, surprisingly. Oh, and I realized later on the Xanarcan, the reason it doesn't make the thing is you actually create a 1/1, and then because of the way this card's worded, it's not like a 0/0 that enters with that many counters. You technically make the 1/1 and put the +1/+1 counters on it for each land you control. So weirdly, in a timing situation when the card looks for other things that are power 4 or greater, I guess there is a 1/1 for a second, so we don't actually get a card. And that almost cost us that game by not paying attention to that interaction. So just something to know for the future. But otherwise, yeah, this is pretty sweet. If you've been wanting to do an updated version of this can probably get you there. But the link will be over to Moxfield, like always. Be sure to check it out if you want to give this a try. Otherwise, it's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.